All right, so now we have our sculpture. We've painted it with glue and we've let it dry. What you should feel at this point is a fairly firm, steady sculpture. It's really not going anywhere. The glue should have made it pretty tough. Now, if you have followed directions, you should still have some of this pantyhose left on the bottom. Now that the glue has been added and dried, we can cut this off. So all you're gonna do is simply cut around the edges. We didn't want to cut this off before because if we had, the pantyhose would have unraveled from the base. But the glue should have dried to the edge of that wood and the pantyhose should be fairly well stuck and it shouldn't be going anywhere at this point. So just cut off the remainder of this pantyhose. You're going to throw the rest of this in the trash. We don't need to keep it. Nothing we can do with it. And then once we've done that, you are going to be ready to paint. So now we should have our sculpture. What I want you to do at this point, if you have not already, is make sure your name's on the bottom. All right. Now we are going to be painting our sculpture with a value scale. And as you should know, a value scale is the transition from colors going from dark to light or light to dark. So what I want you to do is you're going to choose your colored paints that you're going to use. The darker colors work best: green, blue, purple, brown, black. Those colors, red, work best. Yellow, orange, while they can work, are lighter colors. Their hues are much lighter and therefore they will not get as dark and the color will not be as drastic of a change as you want. So I'm going to be using purple, and I have my purple and my white paint in my little egg carton here. I'm going to start with my darkest color at the base. So all I'm going to do is start with the color and I'm going to paint the base. After I've gotten a good amount of my darkest color, I'm going to slowly start to add white to it. As I add the white to my purple, it's going to create a lighter purple, and moving towards a lavender. And my lightest color, potentially even white, is going to end up at the very top of my sculpture. So this is not representing anything. It's an non-representational abstract sculpture that you are creating. You do want to make sure that you are covering the entire base, the entire sculpture. You don't want to leave any big spots that are not covered in paint. As you can see, I've added purple down here. It does take quite a bit of paint, especially at first. The glue will have clogged most of the holes, but it will still have some pores to these pantyhose that you'll need to fill. So as you get up to the top, you're just gonna slowly start adding white. Add a small amount of white first, and as you move up, add more and more. If you find that you can't get the color any lighter, then start with your white and add your color to the white. So do it the opposite way. That will allow you to get that transition of color. All right, so I'm looking forward to seeing all of your projects finished. Make sure you're painting as it goes up. If you have any questions, ask 3 before me, and I am here to help.